Okay, so it is 1 o'clock the morning that this video goes out because, first of all, school, I've been really busy, but also I've been on the phone with customer service for too long trying to get my Watch TV Everywhere login to work so I could watch this episode on Shadowhunters legally through the Freeform website. It's not working for some reason. Customer service doesn't know why, so now I have to resort to watching this illegally. That's right, FBI, come for me, but this is what I do, because we only have 3 episodes of Shadowhunters left, and we are not going to get off track this late in the game. So, I have somehow stayed away from any and all spoilers. I have no idea what happens in this episode, and I'm very excited, because I've always been at least a little bit spoiled for like every single episode. But now, fully going it blind, have no idea what's going to happen. I even skipped over the blurb on this episode because I don't want to know a single thing that happens. Because, as you would know if you watched my last episode of my Shadowhunters reaction, is that the last episode is my favorite episode ever. So, I'm kind of really looking forward to this episode. Because if this is the course for the rest of the season, then this end of the season is going to slap so hard, and I'm so ready for it.
Have you been drinking?
I lost my magic.
Twice.
I'm just a has-been warlock who isn't good for anything. What I'm feeling now, it may never pass.
Oh, such an iconic scene. It's, oh, what a good
Watching
scene.
Alec fall apart over Magnus. I'm not sure I want love in my life.
I don't know if this whole love thing is really for me.
Sizzy? Are we gonna have Sizzy in this episode? Oh, I'm so excited for some
I
Sizzy.
love you, Jordan Kyle.
Love you too.
No! He turned her! Yes, thank you.
I meant to scratch you, my honest.
No.
You just left me there and never came back.
And she's just gonna forgive him. I'm not here for that.
Where are we?
Siberia.
The apartment can move.
Ooh, huh?
The
Remember
drawn pillar
that?
binds
Wild.
itself
This previous one is very ship heavy, and I'm very intrigued as to why. Who's playing? It's Simon!
Becky.
Becky. His sister? Exciting. We love Rebecca. I really grown to love Simon, and it's kind of a shock for me as well. I really, truly hated him. Now I just like adore him, and every time I see him, I'm like, oh, it's my boy. We love Nerdy Simon. We love how we're keeping that a part of his integral character, because it's really all of his personality.
Visiting my little brother.
What are you wearing?
She's a vampire.
I don't know what day it is.
Is it Halloween?
Wednesday?
It's Halloween. I'm a vampire.
Okay. Alright,
That's really cute. I really like that. What is this shot? Why is he in the corner of this shot? I'm putting that screenshot on the screen to just see how weird this shot is. Why is he in the corner? I love how we're bringing his sister back, because what happened to Becky? Becky also went through all that trauma. She was there, and she didn't have to get encantoed, so it's very interesting that she wasn't brought back in the plot sooner, but it's whatever. She's a vampire, very cute. But why are they doing a Halloween episode in April? Did they like film it in October? This just seems like a weird thing to do. I know that I said I would stop harping on it because they didn't know that it was the end of the show, but also we don't have time for a nice filler episode, and if it's Halloween, it gives me very filler vibes, so I'm very worried that this is gonna be a filler episode, especially with how many ships they put in the previously on, that this is just gonna be a whole bunch of nothing. But also, in terms of just this season, there's this episode, a next episode, and then the finale. So like, please don't tell me they're putting a filler episode right before the finale. We don't, no. That's not what you do. That's incorrect. That's not good storytelling. Especially like, did nobody think that putting a Halloween episode in April would be weird? There's a reason that all of the Christmas episodes for a bunch of shows air during Christmas time. It's so that you can experience it at the time that it's happening on the show. You don't just film something in October and think, oh, we should do a Halloween episode. We don't know when it actually comes out. Why is there a Halloween episode in April? This is weird. But Becky's here. Becky's cute. Let's see Becky.
pretty cute, but you know that we don't all...
Yeah, that shot was just weird. It just went from that weird thing that I showed you, and it just sort of panned, and they were like, it was something different, and I respect trying something different, but it was weird, and it didn't work. But Becky...
Yeah, don't all vampires sleep in one?
You're never too old to trick or treat.
I've had a
That's
really
not what
long
my
week.
mom
I
said.
don't really want to go out tonight.
Simon, it's tradition. When have you, me, and Frey ever missed a Halloween together?
Clary can't tonight. She's on duty at the Institute.
Right, with the Shadow Slayers.
Shadowhunters.
I still can't believe that Clary has half angel blood and tattoos that give her powers.
And those tattoos are called runes.
Whatever.
The Shadow World is a very dangerous place. Okay? I've seen people get hurt just for knowing about it.
Well, it's too late for that. Simon, I didn't fly all the way up from Florida to sit on your couch and play Xbox. I came here to hang out with...
Why did they dub over her voice? It's a really good matchup, but you can hear that her voice is not actually being said in the scene, but she's from Florida? What? Was that explained? Did I just forget that? Like, after that whole debacle, was she, like, relocated to Florida? When were we given this information? I love not being told things.
How about one more block? What'd you get from the last lady? It's your room box.
Please don't tell me this is a filler episode.
Because your costume's lame. At least my mom.
It's October, though. Wait, has it only been 2 months? Because it's the end of October, and it's the same year as season 1 started. Can you believe this timeline? It's been 2 months. All of this has happened in, like, 2 months. Can you believe? It's only just now October. They haven't even gotten to Christmas. Magnus and Alec have known each other for like a summer and they're like, let's get married. Putting that into perspective, they sound fucking crazy. But we love them, we're gonna accept it. But can you believe how much has happened? It's not even December. They're just getting to the end of October. This is fucking crazy. Oh my god. Kill the kids. Do it.
Cool costume.
Oh my god, is that Jonathan? Straight up murder those kids. Oh, we can have a CGI demon, but we can't have some CGI werewolves?
You're scary.
Y'all better fucking run.
Please.
Why don't kids have fight or flight instincts anymore?
Where do you think you're going?
We love Izzy. Oh, we love Jace.
Hey, hold up.
Is she gonna use her rune powers? Oh my god, they're back! Her rune powers! Oh my god, her rune powers. They remembered them and now they finally made a comeback. I genuinely believe that they just forgot she had rune powers for a hot second because the second that she mentioned that she has them, here she is using them again. They just forgot. And like, I get it, there's so much going on and that's kind of their fault, but also like, I also forgot, so it's okay. But we love going back to our roots, some good old-fashioned demon hunting. Izzy and Jace and Clary, I guess she genuinely didn't do anything. Clary has such cop-out powers, all she has to do is like draw, where like Jace and Izzy actually have to have like training and like have to fight with weapons. But you know, Clary sucks and I don't like her, so. Is that the sword?
I hate Halloween.
Oh, cute. I'm getting very strong filler vibes, and I swear to God, if we get another fucking filler episode, I'm gonna scream. They did so good last episode, they're not gonna fuck me over with a good old filler episode. We don't have time for that. You do not put a filler episode 1 episode before the second to last episode of the season. You don't do that. You don't do that. It's my baby.
Good morning. Or good evening, I should say. Oh, a good 15 hours of sleep was exactly what I needed after last night's little hiccup.
Big mood. So it's legit only been a day. What is going on? I swear to God, if nothing happens, if we don't even mention Lilith in this episode, I will scream. If nothing happens with the Lilith storyline, I'm gonna go feral. I'm going to throw this laptop across the room.
It was more than a little hiccup. You said some things.
That was the bourbon talking.
I'm gonna kill you, Magnus. You do not get to have an outburst like that and then just repress your emotions. We're taking 1 step forward, 2 steps back. We need to stop this. Stop it. Stop repressing your emotions. You gotta be open and honest. Open and honest communication is the key to any good relationship, Magnus. Fucking stop.
I'm fine, Alexander.
Liar.
I'm just sorry I ruined the fabulous dinner you had planned.
It's not the dinner I'm worried about.
It's your future, their relationship. Jace! Why does Jace ruin every Malec moment ever? I love him, but boy needs to stop. Boy needs to read the vibes before he just walks into rooms.
It's now a bad time?
Yes.
Actually,
Not at all.
what is it?
On the hunt, we came across a Drevik demon.
Yeah, which is weird, right? They usually keep to the sewers. Maybe the holiday noise is drawing them out.
Yeah, it could be. The streets are packed with idiots in costumes.
Go off.
I used to be one of those idiots.
Used to.
Shocker.
We love roasting your girlfriend.
I love Halloween.
So do I. Every year, I will use my magic to decorate an entire city block in Brooklyn. Memories.
That got really
Brief
sad.
thoughts on the demon.
Really quick. Are they gonna actually talk?
My mother has been dying for somebody to help her decorate her new shop. Now, I know it's not a Halloween block party, but what do you think?
I suppose I do have an eye for design. Will you be joining us?
Maybe later. Yeah, I have this meeting I can't miss.
With who?
Clay business.
We love lying. We just
Forever.
love lying to your partner. I swear to God. I'm not having this in their relationship. They need to stop lying. They need to stop this. Someone made a great post on Tumblr about how Alec is really the only person, like, sort of giving his all into this relationship, and I feel like Magnus is really holding back in comparison to how much Alec is giving. And Magnus needs to fucking step up. He needs to be giving as much as Alec is giving into this relationship if it's gonna work. Because right now, Alec is doing everything right. I love you, baby. But Magnus, getting on my nerves. What he's feeling is valid. His insecurities, very valid. But also, he can't expect Alec to be like admitting to all his feelings and really throwing his whole life away for Magnus and for like his happiness and blah 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 blah. If Magnus is not willing to do the same, you know, it's a two-way street of relationship. And Alec is really running up and down the street. Magnus is just sort of standing in the corner like, and I'm like, bitch. Step up. But now we're at the bar.
You're the one that wanted to stop for coffee twice.
Did you want me to
And Maya.
Now back to harsh reality.
You are gonna make an amazing alpha.
I'm glad that we're continuing this alpha storyline because I said before I didn't get why we had that conversation if her whole pack is dead, but also isn't her whole pack dead? How do you rebuild a pack when all of the members are dead? This was probably going to be a thing explained in season 4, but also like, I'm not here for Jordan and Maya. Jordan abused her, and they just had her forgive him. I'm not here for that. Like, people can grow and change, and I feel like Jordan has grown and changed, but I feel like Maya has no reason to, like, accept his apology because he hasn't done anything to show that he's a changed person or show real remorse other than just apologizing. Like, saying you're sorry doesn't, you know, make up for the years of, like, struggle and trauma she's had to endure. So how about we actually deal with this conflict and don't just, like, sweep it under the rug and just try to retcon the whole part where she was like, that's my abusive boyfriend. I need to sort of leave town. Not having this.
A person that would drop everything for a friend.
Besides, I'm just glad the Praetor lupus cured you of your silver poisoning.
Yeah. Me too.
Oh my god, no.
I am sorry they let you go.
Oh, that's what happened. I thought that look was like he actually did it and it was sort of just he was just going to die with time, but no, he just got kicked out of the Praetor. I don't care.
I'll order you something.
Are Maya and Jordan gonna be my new place where I just hate every second they're on screen? And that really sucks because I like Jordan and Maya, or I liked them separately. Is this the shop?
Who would you like to commune with, my dear? A long-lost relative? A fallen friend? Or...
Asmodeus, Prince of Edom.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Don't you think the whole blind fortune teller thing is a little bit tired? Look, I know you're a warlock, and your power to channel spirits is real. Are you gonna help me or not?
What's going on? I feel like there should have been some sort of lead-in, an explanation to this. I feel like this should have been like at the top of some sort of arc that had happened, but we just didn't get any exposition. We're just into the action.
It'll cost extra.
How much money does he have?
Very well. Try to channel Asmodeus.
Okay, questions. So many questions. First of all, why does every single mythical world just keep money in like bags? Do you guys not have like purses or wallets, or why is everything in coins? Also, she didn't look in that bag. She doesn't know what's in that bag. She just assumes that it's an okay form of payment without seeing it. Is there only one type of downworlder currency? What is the economy of the downworld like? That's what I want to know. How do they pay for things? I don't think that was ever explained. I've never seen them, like, downworlders buy things. Like, Magnus says that he buys things, but he also can just sort of make things out of thin air, which is explained in the books that he's just taking them from other places. I don't think it was ever explained in the show. So he technically doesn't pay for anything. Is there just one type of downworlder currency? Is it like the euro, where all of the European Union uses one type of currency? How do they do that? How do you make money? Are there like jobs in the downworld? Do they have their own system? Because I know that like there are warlocks who like sell warlock things. That's how Magnus gets things, where they sell like, they have like herbal shops, but like, are there other jobs for downworlders? There have to be, right? Like Maya has a job, but it's not really like it's kind of a downworlder job. It's a bar for downworlders, but there are also mundanes in there, so I don't think it's like a downworlder job. I'm sure the people who like package and deliver blood for vampires is a downworlder job. I'm really interested in the economy of the downworld right now. That's something that I want answered. That's something that I would have wanted in season 4.
He will only come if he desires it.
You're gonna get this old lady killed, Alec. Why is he gonna talk with Asmodeus though? What are you doing, boy? I don't trust this. He's here. Oh my god. That was a good shot where it's him in the chair but the fortune teller lady in the mirror. That's good editing. That's good cinematography, good storytelling. But I'm glad Asmodeus is back. I don't know why. Kind of concerned. I don't know what Alec was doing. He's letting emotion cloud his judgment.
Alexander Gideon Lightwood.
That is his full name.
Know who I am? Of course. Clever idea, calling on me this way.
I wasn't going to risk summoning a greater demon into New York again, but I had to speak with you.
And how is my son?
Miserable. He told me that he'll never be happy again without his magic. So please, if you ever cared about Magnus, return what you stole.
Alec needs to realize he can't just strong-arm his way into anything. You being the head of the Institute's not gonna work at Asmodeus like it did on Lorenzo, okay? Asmodeus has no reason to get back this magic. Like, literally no reason. He has no allegiance to his son. I appreciate the effort. I don't think it's gonna work. I think it's going to work because they want it to work, and like the showrunners want Magnus to have his magic back because everybody wants him to have his magic back, but like logistically this shouldn't work. But also, if this could have been, oh my god, if this could have been done and we could just summon greater demons into like the body of warlocks to like chat with them, why haven't we been doing this the whole time? This is why Alec wasn't with that stupid plan with Lilith. Because he would have been like, why don't we just get a warlock to like summon her into the body? And then all of them would have been like, oh yeah, because they're all stupid. How come this was never explained before, that this was just a thing we could do? Does no one else know that we could have done this? This is a very new thing that has never been explained or introduced or even mentioned before, and I don't know why. Why was this never thought of before? Now it just seems like a very convenient plot device to not have another Lilith situation, but also like this could have really prevented a Lilith situation. This show doesn't make sense sometimes. It's okay.
What I stole, my son gave me his powers willingly. To save his lovers Paramata. Pathetic.
It's not pathetic. It was a selfless act.
He already regrets.
Yeah.
Immortals are meant to grow wrinkled and gray. In time, Magnus will come to resent you. Until bitter end.
I'm here to prevent that future. To get him his magic and his immortality back.
Fine, I'll restore both. Under one condition. End your relationship.
What?
He won't do it. Obviously he won't do it, especially for getting a Malec like wedding. He's not gonna do it because no. And they're not gonna draw out this conflict for as long as they should because they never do. But oh my god, this conflict of having to decide, do you love him that much that you want him to be happy more than you want him to be with you? That's such a good conflict. That's true love. You know, if like you love them, let them go. That is this exact dilemma right here. They're not going to go through with it because the showrunners are cowards, but also that would have been iconic.
You are the source of all his suffering. You make him vulnerable, weak. With you, he'll never reach his full potential.
You're wrong. We love each other. I wouldn't just abandon him.
Then I'm afraid you will be the death of him.
He's such a bad person.
Magnus would never agree to it.
Don't give him the choice.
Would he though?
In fact, Magnus can never know about her little arrangement, or else the deal is off. Break his heart to save his life.
What an iconic proposition! They're not gonna go through with this. Because, like I said, cowards, but also, that would have been so good. Is it my boy Simon? Oh, thank God, finally a valid character.
You should really lose the costume.
Why?
Because there are real vampires here who will kick your ass.
What are you talking about? That guy's dressed as a devil.
That guy is.
Warlock. Those horns are real.
Really?
Yes.
Warlocks have an animal feature. A mark.
Oh. So how do they hide these marks every other day of the year?
The glamour. It's the magic we all use to hide our supernatural traits from mundanes, such as yourself.
You know, this episode of the explaining the world to like a mundane, i.e. the audience who doesn't understand the world building of this downworld, would have been really great in like season 1. Season 3, getting all of this explanation, kinda too little too late, I say. I'm thinking, if you are 3 seasons deep and you don't get what's going on, why are you even watching the show? No one watching the show doesn't get this. And this would have been great for like timeline's sake. If we could have moved 2 months in the first season, maybe we could have been at a reasonable time by season 3. This show is so stupid. I love it though. Just wow.
Wait, did you just say we?
We finally found a way to separate you from your brother.
We love a scientist.
Once you remove the twinning room, he won't have any influence over you.
Ugh, Jason's such a good person.
What will the injection do to him?
It will hurt. A lot.
Let's do it.
Who's that walking in? Who's walking into the room? Luke! Oh yes, he's out of prison!
I can't believe you're actually here.
I'm sorry I was undergoing.
Okay, like I said, again, timelines. He was in prison for 2 episodes. Not even 2 episodes. He was in prison the episode before the last. And that was the only time he was ever in prison. And if we're going by what I've seen recently, he was in prison for maybe a week. Maybe a week. And she never seemed to care to visit him. We never saw her visit him in prison. So I don't know where this whole "I missed you so much" thing came from when he's been gone for like a week. I'm sure there are times where he wasn't in prison and you were like at school and he was working where you haven't seen him for longer than the time he was actually in prison. This timeline's so stupid. I hate it so much.
And thank you for looking after her while I was away.
Jason's the best guy. I love that man.
Get this rune off me.
Is it really a rune? Can we call it that when it's not like the same as like the tattoo ones?
You're trying to tear us apart, little sister. You're making it.
He only has 1 earring in. Oh
None
my
of these
god.
people care about you the way that I care about
Enough! Alec, gag him.
you. Clary.
I really hate his character. He is like the worst. Truly the worst.
Okay. I'm not gonna leave your side.
Jason and Jonathan are like opposite ends of the spectrum when it like comes to men. Like boyfriend material, Jonathan's at the bottom, Jason's at the top. Jason's truly men of all men. Love Jason. Jonathan really is disgusting. I hate him. Do it. I know it's going to work, but imagine if it just didn't. I would love that so much.
Please, you gotta stop this.
I can't.
Just a little bit longer.
She's literally screaming for maybe 10 seconds. She's fine. Did it work?
It didn't work.
I have another idea.
Oh my god, first of all, we need to pause. Like I just said, what if it just doesn't work? And it just doesn't work. Love that. But also, how do we know that it didn't work? How do we know, what signs are we looking for that it worked? Like that the mark goes away? It's not like a regular rune where it's sort of like tattooed on the skin. It looks like it was like carved into the skin. So wouldn't it still look like a scar even after its connection properties have been like removed with like the angelic blood? Like how do they know it didn't work? It's darker now. It looks like it's sort of been burned over. Like the scar part has been filled in with just like black ink. So how do we know that it's still connecting them? This episode's got the show back on its bullshit.
Each vial of serum contains nanoparticles of Glorious. I can separate the particles out and use them to create a new, more potent formula.
Izzy really is just too powerful. Her character is so messed up. Like, she has no clear personality or, like, purpose at all in the show, and it makes me really angry. But also, we love how she can just do that. We love how she's just a scientist.
Hey, listen. I got faith in you.
You'll find the right moment.
How are things with Clary?
We don't care. Jace, I love him so much. He's so caring and smart and just so sweet. And I love Jace so much. And Jace deserves the world. Jace is truly my favorite character. Alec and Magnus are both just being kind of stupid, and it's kind of getting on my nerves. So right now it is Jace and somehow Simon are my favorite characters. Isn't that crazy? Jace and Simon, they are my favorites. They're so, just good, valid boys. Being not stupid, being sweet kids.
Wish I could rip that 20 million offer, you know?
You would do anything to break Clary's connection with Jonathan, right?
Oh my god, he's gonna do the should I do this thing for Magnus? And I think he should. But clearly that would be no Malec. But also, how would Asmodeus know? If they did that and then they just got back together, what is Asmodeus gonna do? He's stuck in Edom. Like, legit, what is he gonna do? If no one summons him, he can't do shit. And also, does Alec forget that whole speech that he had about how he doesn't like the feeling that he's just gonna get old and Magnus is just gonna move on? This debate seems kind of stupid. It's kind of clear what you want to do. Your relationship clearly will not be the same, and Magnus clearly won't be happy in himself, and then, therefore, in your relationship if he doesn't have his magic. Unless he can move past this with some fucking character development, but I don't think we're gonna get that. I hope we do, but I don't think we're going to. So then the next logical explanation is, if you love him that much and you want to see him happy above all else, then you would do this for him. It seems like a very clear explanation, but Alec wants to be a fucking idiot.
Yeah, of course.
So hypothetically, what if you could?
Oh my god.
But as a consequence, you can never see her again.
I don't think I could ever go through that again.
After everything that monster has done to you?
Then I think he's a victim.
A victim?
Don't touch me!
Hey, I'm here.
This is a really unhealthy codependency that's going on. I know that in the context of this, that's like not an issue because like we have bigger things to deal with, but also like I hope that that doesn't affect their relationship because I feel like it would, where it's just sort of like you're the only person I can rely on. Remember that time when I could only rely on you when I had that mark because of Jonathan? And then it seems like these are laying the seeds for some codependency problems, and I don't want that for them. But we're gonna have a Magnus and Maris scene, which I love, and I hope that they can have an adult conversation and that Maris can like, oh my god, no, wait. If Maris brings up the ring, oh my god, if Maris brings up the ring and Magnus is like, what are you talking about? I'm gonna scream. Don't do that. Oh no, don't spoil the proposal.
I'm still adjusting to life as a mundane, and Alec knew I could learn from your...
Oh my god, no wait, I think I made a thing about this in the last episode maybe, or at least I thought about this before, is that this is a great conversation for them to have because she is also a recently turned mundane because she used to be a Shadowhunter and now she's a mundane and she can talk to Magnus about how life can go on and oh, we love this. This is such a good conversation. Oh my god, the only valid characters. Yes, we're gonna have a valid conversation where there are more than 2 brain cells involved. We love this.
New place, new job, new look.
She looks the same? Am I just missing something? She just doesn't have runes anymore. Her clothes are less businessy, but they're still the exact same style and color palette. Maybe I'm just missing something.
Sure you're fighting off suitors left and right?
Luke?
Or perhaps you already found one?
Luke?
No, I never said that.
Luke?
Come on. Who is it?
Luke? We all know him.
Lucian.
I can't think of a more perfect couple.
It's just.
I
all
think
so
I can, because like I said before, even though Jace and Clary aren't their actual children, they still consider them their children. And that's weird. Literally, Luke, in this episode, called Clary his daughter. And we've already established that Jace considers himself a Lightwood, and Maris is like, that's my son. So, like, we can either have Clace or we can have Luke and Maris, and I think we know which one's gonna prevail. So, definitely don't want them to be happy, and I don't want them to be together, but just with the relationship that they have with their children, and the relationship that those children have with each other. We shouldn't do it. We shouldn't do it. We just shouldn't do it. But I love that she calls him Lucian, just like Magnus calls him Alexander. I think it's really sweet.
My lips are sealed.
Oh, we love friends. We love being friends with your fiance's mom.
Trust me, Becky, and their queen, she's the worst of all.
So this was Lilith's apartment.
Oh,
Smaller than
speak of the devil shall come.
Honor. The New York Institute has sent out all its soldiers. Marvelous, Nanaya.
According to my birds and bees, Jonathan Morgenstern has yet to tell anyone that I possess the Morningstar sword. But it's only a matter of time. While the Shadowhunters are away, get to Jonathan and pierce his heart.
Your Majesty, you are aware that we'll also kill Clarissa Fairchild.
No one cares. Do it.
Pity.
Yes! Icon! Oh, I only wish she was like the 12-year-old girl right now, because imagine that savage line coming out of like a child. She's so iconic when she's 12 years old. That's my favorite thing about her, is that she's just sometimes like a child, but iconic. I'm also fine with killing Clary if that means we get to kill Jonathan. I don't care that much about Clary. Do it. I know that they won't, but like they should do it.
You've been brooding more than usual, which is saying a lot. What's up?
Oh my god, an Alec Izzy scene!
I don't brood.
Oh, come on. Remember what you told me after my relapse? Be honest with the people who care about you.
I think everyone in this show could do a little bit more of that, because they just don't. Cough, cough. Magnus!
Okay.
Tell her about the proposal.
Can't tell anyone. I was gonna propose to Magnus last night.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, but just listen. I got the family ring. I had a whole dinner prepared, and Magnus showed up drunk.
There was no food on those plates.
Told me how miserable he is without his magic.
You're not considering it, are you?
Magnus lost his magic in the first place because of me.
He chose to save Jace.
He knew I'd never get over losing my parabatai.
He's
Magnus
right.
sacrificed everything so I could feel whole. And now I have the chance to do the same for him.
He wouldn't want this. He loves you so much.
Okay, I have to take back what I said before about the whole Magnus isn't sacrificing enough, but I also feel like he's not sacrificing enough. I feel like he needs to start just being more honest and open with Alec. Is that too much to ask for? I don't think it is. But this is a very, very, very good point. I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot he gave up his magic for Alec. So, like, exactly. If Alec doesn't do the same thing, he's a little bitch and they should break up anyways. Just saying. Love them both. Want them to be together. Don't get it twisted. I love Alec, but also, like, he should do it.
I'm not the first person he's loved. And I won't be the last.
We're doing this bullshit again.
Breaking up is gonna hurt like hell. It's the kind of hurt he can recover from.
And you won't. You're 23. This is your first relationship ever. Boy, there is a whole world full of men. Like, you're gonna be fine. I'm done with all these children being like, I'm never gonna find love again. And I'm like, you're like 20. Stop. These are babies. They're freaking out about like the relationships they're gonna have for the rest of their lives when they are like fresh from the womb. I'm like, stop. You're a child. I know this isn't gonna really amount to anything because Malec is endgame and will always be endgame, but also like if they were to break up and just move on and go their separate ways, he is 23. He has his whole life ahead of him. He can pick from like mundanes, downworlders, literally whatever. Alec is gonna be fine. Alec is gonna move on. And they've been dating for what, 2 months? What is this? This is some buffoonery. His insecurity is very valid, but also just like, you're a child. Maybe tone it down.
But what about you? Can you recover?
You are 23. Oh my god. Why does that dramatic look like he won't? This is so fucking stupid. Why is there no voice of reason in the show? Why is there no one being like, I get that you love him, but also, this is your first relationship. You're gonna move on. Like, you guys can still be friends and be happy and just, like, not have to do. It's stupid. What is that ugly flannel that Jordan's wearing?
Nothing, just where did you learn how to button? It's not rocket science.
It kinda is. Is Becca making eyes at Jordan?
Oh, I'm not interested.
Because you're interested in her? Bleh. No! Give me different relationships. Give me something interesting.
Your girlfriend transforms into that?
Ex-girlfriend.
Wait. You and Maya broke up?
Yeah, it happened like 4 days ago. Don't worry. But we finally got another CGI werewolf. Wow, they finally got their budget back for some CGI downworlders. We love it. Why were there none of those in the fight scene? Who knows? Maybe they can't choreograph with like CGI things. Maybe that would make sense. It's a stupid reason, but it makes sense.
When?
Pretty recently.
Oh, Simon, we can get out of here if you...
I love how they say pretty recently in order to not establish a timeline. Because they don't even know what the fuck's going on.
I've sworn off, love.
Oh, come on. You are the biggest hopeless romantic I know.
No, I'm serious, Becky. I'm not the same Simon anymore. Everything's different now.
I want to take it seriously. I really, truly do. Because they want it to be serious, but it's so fucking crazy that it's become campy that I'm laughing. He's 18. He's had 2 relationships in the past maybe 3 months, and they just haven't worked out. And he's like, guess love's dead. Guess love will never happen for me. You are 18. He is younger than Alec, and he is freaking out and just saying, I sort of love him. They're fucking stupid. It's really getting on my nerves.
Now that Mom and I live in Florida, I just want to know that you've got people looking out for you.
Oh, they relocated.
I'm better than fine, really.
They
If
both
anything, I should be worried about.
And next week, she even has an interview with the DA's office.
That's good.
Yeah.
Why does she have an interview with the DA's office? I don't know. But, like, I'm assuming that they moved to Florida because Simon handled her to believe that he was dead. Now, did they move her on purpose to get her away from the downworld where all of this happened? Or did she move, like Simon's mom choose to move to get away from the area that reminds her of her dead son? This wasn't explained. I don't know if that's a wig that Becca's wearing, but it's really ugly. Bangs are not a look on her.
Yeah, I made it to New York in one.
Oh my god, no.
Tell Claire you.
Oh my god. Are one of the Drax Stevens or whatever the fuck they're called gonna attack her? Please don't. Because I feel like she'd be a character that they actually would kill. And I don't want that for Simon. Simon's been through enough. That's why they're showing her in this alleyway, because she's gonna get fucked up by a demon. Oh no. Oh, she's fine. It's Izzy!
I think a celebration is in order.
We love having wine at the office.
Neither. I'm taking a break from drinking for a while.
Really?
I haven't been handling...
You've been through a trauma, a loss of identity. Believe me, I understand.
What a strong woman.
I feel so hopeless sometimes. And I don't want to burden him.
Magnus, it's not a burden. In times of crisis, the people we love want to help.
I don't know what I'd do without your son.
We are all here for you, Magnus.
Ugh. We love a good support system.
Family.
We love
Thank
a
you
good
for
support
saving my
system.
sister's life. Again.
Luckily, Alec and I were already on the demon trail when it found her.
It was awesome.
I'm just sorry we couldn't save your coat.
My coat.
Mundanes like to imagine vampires wearing capes. Count Dracula, Count Von Count.
The Count?
Making this up.
No, I'm not, I swear.
Count Von Count?
That does sound really made up.
Isabel.
Oh, they're cute. We love Sissy. I love how Izzy has literally no clue about the mundane world. I wish we had more of that in the show. That would have been so funny if, like, Clary and Simon were just to do mundane things and all the Shadowhunters are like, what the fuck are you doing? That'd be funny. This show doesn't have enough funny moments. I want more of that. Izzy, it is especially good dichotomy for her character because she's, like, basically a genius. She is the science person. She knows how to, like, cut open bodies and hack into hard drives and, like, separate pieces of swords from serums because she's a genius. But she knows, like, nothing about the mundane world, and it's such a good contrast for her character. Why couldn't they have written her better? She deserves so much better. Izzy deserves so much better than what she's getting. I love her.
I think I know what's causing her traffic problem.
Is that a
Becca notices. Oh my god, can you stop ogling?
Now I get it.
What?
Why you're better than fine. You're totally into Isabel.
No, we are just friends.
Like that stopped you before.
Becky, I'm serious, you're way off here.
The puddle of drool on the ground suggests otherwise. Why don't you make a move?
Even if I was interested, which I'm not.
She's out of your
Type,
league.
mysterious, hot, bad boys. She's never gonna see me that way.
That's very valid, but also Simon is a hot, mysterious bad boy too. I believe in him to become that person. He does not need to have to change for a relationship. No one should have to do that, but also, like, if he so chooses to make that change in himself, he could. He has the potential. He's super hot. I don't know why he doesn't see that. Like, it makes no sense in these, like, teen dramas where everyone is, like, a model, or they can just have a nerdy character and nerdy always equals unattractive, and it just doesn't make any sense. He's like, I'm not hot, when you literally had a whole scene last episode where you were shirtless for no reason other than you were hot. The things don't match up. I don't get it.
I may not be a shadow expert, but I know romance. And there's something between you two.
I know that she's just saying that in order to reiterate what all of the audience is thinking and to, you know, validate everyone's feelings that, like, yes, Simon and Izzy should be together, but also they just sort of had a conversation and there wasn't really, like, any flirting, so I don't get what Becca's getting at, but, like, it's fine.
So I'm gonna test this orb for prints. Maybe I can ID the culprit.
Izzy's like a cop.
Wait, Isabel. You should take Simon with you. He has nothing better to do.
That's not true. I have to walk you back to the apartment.
Oh, there's no need. I'll go inside. I'll call an Uber. I'll meet you back at your place.
We love Uber.
Don't screw this up.
If we don't get a Sizzy kiss, I will scream. That's what we deserve. This is what Becca deserves, and Becca deserves the world. Give it to us. Give it. Do it for us. Do it for Becca. Chase.
Say I never take you anywhere nice.
You took her ice skating once, remember? Then you were knocked unconscious.
I must be nearby.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Nasty. Also, how do they just get into the sewers? They seem to be in the sewers a lot. I don't know much about New York, but I would think that it's not just like a readily accessible area and that there would be regular maintenance on these tunnels by, like, you know, city workers. I don't get how this shit just happens in the tunnels, how, like, Kane can just live in the tunnels or how these demons can just sort of nest in here and, like, the city just doesn't know. Like, you could easily say glamours, but they're also not explaining it, so you're just left to assume, and I don't like that. I feel like they really should just sort of explain these things. The whole point of having characters like Simon and Clary is so that they can ask the questions that the audience is asking because we don't know this world. To be like, how come no one will catch us? And they can be like, oh, everything down here is glamoured. Or being like, Kane, how have you survived so long down here? Oh, glamours. It seems like an obvious explanation, but it's never really been mentioned. It's just sort of dropped in, like, the pool of lore and canon that this world has just sort of thrown at us, and we're just meant to just pick it up as we go along and fill in the gaps as we see fit. And, like, I want, like, a set concrete answer to things, you know? They went hard on the CGI for this episode. Oh my god, is she dead? I would love that. Oh. Now she's back in Siberia. She's not gonna die, but imagine if she did. It's Jonathan. Why did they have such a blinding white background?
Hello, sister.
Stop. We love James Charles. Oh, he has wings. Since when? Oh, we love a visual dichotomy. We love white wings versus the black wings. Come on, Clary, you're an artist. Look at the color symbolism. Oh my god, no! That's the thumbnail that they've had for, like, the whole season with her with the demon eyes. Oh my god, I don't know what this means, but, like, oh wow. I wasn't expecting that. That was kind of stupid. And I don't really get what happened. I get that it means that she's, like, sort of bonded with Jonathan. Now she also has that demon energy that he has, but also, what was that dream sequence? But I'm guessing we have another, like, owl situation. Probably going to be a thing where, let me predict the rest of the season right now. Alec is going to convince Asmodeus to give Magnus his powers back. Magnus is going to use the powers to get rid of the demon energy within Clary. We're going to lock up and kill Jonathan. We're going to capture Lilith, and everyone's going to be happy. $50 right now if that's how the season ends. Let's go, Jace. Ugh, he's so cool. What a fighter. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And you threw your sword, so, like, you're sort of, I would suggest you run.
You're in my way, Your Highness.
Oh, that's the queen! Alec! Oh, we love a tumble roll.
You're late.
Oh, we love Parabatai! I don't think we've ever seen them have, like, a fight. Oh.
We have to get to Clary.
That was so lame. That was super lame. I strongly believe they just don't have a CGI budget, because like the amount of time that CGI characters are on screen is very small. And like the whole point of like having a parabatai is so that when you're in combat, you guys like work really well together. And I don't think we've ever had just like a solo Alec Jace fighting scene like against other people and not just like sparring against each other. And that was it, and that was really lame. I want more. And now we won't get any more because we didn't get season 4, and that upsets me.
Jace, relax, okay? It was just a few minutes. Okay?
They never kiss in front of Alec. That's weird. Is Alec uncomfortable because he doesn't like seeing them
You guys go
together?
ahead to the institute.
Or because of Magnus?
Something I have to do.
Oh, it's because of Magnus. Oh, he's gonna do it for him. We love love.
I want you to stay. For the pack. If I'm going to be a strong alpha, I'll need a beta by my side.
I predicted that this was going to happen. I said, because he can't go to the Praetor, when Maya becomes alpha, he can become part of the pack. I already said that this was going to happen, no surprise. But also, like, can you look at what Jordan is wearing? It's so ugly. Look at what Maya's wearing. She looks gorgeous. She could do so much better than Jordan, and I don't get why they're putting her with him. Like, literally, no. Especially when you've written this whole storyline of being like, he was abusive. That whole thing with him turning her. That was not cool, and she is very much still not okay with it. And then he just has a near-death experience, and Maya's just like, whatever. Like, why would they? Why? I'm still upset. That was why?
You've been so generous. It's more than I could possibly deserve.
Valid, yeah.
I'm the guy that turned and abandoned you.
Yes.
I forgive you for that.
That's not enough. That doesn't, just because you forgive someone doesn't mean the things that they did still didn't hurt you, and that you're not still affected by that hurt. That's why you left town, remember?
I assumed you said it because I was dying.
No. I said it because you've changed. I've seen it for myself. You're committed to being a good person.
I literally just made a comment about this earlier in this video. When has she seen that? She has talked to him maybe 3 times. She has seen him when she first saw him at the apartment, then they had a conversation where he apologized, then she left, and then he came back and she was just fine with it? What actions has Jordan done that has shown her that he has changed? What has happened? What has he done? He's done nothing. He's done literally nothing. The audience knows that he's a different person because we don't know enough about his character beforehand. We only know this new nice guy. So we believe that. But Maya saying that doesn't make any sense. Like, the audience is supposed to go along with that because we're like, yeah, he's a nice guy. We don't get why she's upset. But also, like, if you think about it, she shouldn't be okay with this. He's done nothing for her or for others or for anyone to show that he is a changed person. He joined the Praetor. That's it. That's all she knows. This is really stupid and is very much upsetting me. And I hate this.
To the new New York pack.
With who? It's you two. The rest of your pack is dead.
So
it's just you two.
Of us.
Yes.
Alone.
I just got a hit.
Is it the Sealy Queen? Is it gonna be the 12-year-old
Syrian
fellow?
named Lanaya.
Oh no, it's the
Quite
girl.
criminal record.
I'll submit a request to bring her in for questioning.
Because now he's realizing that he's into her.
Simon, why are you being so weird?
I'm not being weird. Maybe I'm being a little weird, but it's because of something Becky said. She said something that got in my head.
Are they gonna kiss?
Siblings are good at that. They know us better than anyone.
Are they gonna kiss?
Maybe she was right.
Are they gonna kiss? Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
Right about what?
Do it, 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 do it.
There's been a...
I wanted one fucking thing out of this episode. I wanted them to kiss. And just like that, the fucking demons want to go and be a cock block and just ruin the moment. Can't believe they pulled a Jace on them. I'm so upset. I've never been more angry. Why would they do that? They were like this close. They were this close. They were this close. And then the ground just started shaking.
They're breaching the wards.
Oh, they're breaching the wards. Oh, it's the Sealers coming to break up Jonathan. Oh yeah, they're the only ones here. Oh no, no, no. Simon, you have super speed. Simon, you have super speed. Simon has super speed. He should get down there very quickly. But now that the demon energy has transferred to Clary, can he die without her dying? Very intrigued. Would love if that happened.
You have to get back here.
Hang on, we're coming.
Hit him again. Do it. He's not down. Hit him
I
again.
love you, Jace. But I won't let you stop me.
Oh my god, I hate... Oh, he's passing out. But, like, I hate when people do that. I don't know what she's doing. I think she's gonna go find Jonathan. But also, like, if she's sort of possessed by this demonic energy to, like, be with Jonathan or something weird and incesty, I don't get why none of these people ever commit to killing someone. Like, Jonathan's killed people before, so his demonic killing energy that's gone to Clary should be fine with killing people, so, like, kill Jace. I don't want Jace to die. I don't want any of these bad things to happen that I'm suggesting. I just want the show to stop being full of cowards and for something to actually happen. Like, I want real consequences to kill Jace.
She wants you dead.
Don't evil monologue, just do it.
I won't let anyone hurt you, Big Brother.
Ugh. If they kiss, I swear to God.
You came for me.
If they kiss, I'm not allowing this. If they get to kiss as soon as he does it, I'm throwing this laptop across the room.
Oh, I thought you were Maris.
Oh no, are they gonna break up?
My mom. She retired for the night. She left me the keys so I can keep working. You know, I'm a perfectionist.
Oh my god, if they break up, I'm gonna cry.
Okay.
I'm gonna cry.
You seem stressed.
That's what I came here to talk about.
Propose. Don't...
I've been feeling a little bit overwhelmed. And to be honest, I need a break.
That's a wonderful idea.
No,
Where
propose.
do you want to go? Hawaii, Jamaica. I've never been on a plane before, but let's avoid coach.
Because Magnus, I need a break from us.
Is this about last night? Because I'm going to quit drinking.
This isn't about your drinking. It's about what you said. That without your magic, you could never be happy.
Look, I was being dramatic.
No, you were being honest. I know the difference.
Fine. I'm in pain. But your solution to break up, how is that going to fix anything?
He can't tell you, but it will.
There is no fixing this. You said there's nothing I can do to make it better.
It's not your job to make it better.
God.
What am I supposed to do? Just stand by and watch you suffer for the rest of our lives?
Skip, this isn't you. You're not this selfish. Days ago, you told me that you couldn't bear to lose me.
Days ago, I didn't know the spark inside of you, the one I fell in love with, was out for good.
I've lost everything. I've lost my home, my job, my powers. I can't lose you too, Alec. Okay.
This is heartbreaking. Is Alec going to do it? This is the make or break moment. Is he gonna pull away?
Stay with me. Okay.
I feel like Alec is a bit too weak to go through this.
Like this. I can't. I'm sorry.
You really did that to my boy. Oh my god.
Who's there?
Is that Asmodeus? Or is it Alec? Ooh. Granny ready to stab a bitch.
Hello again, Vera.
Closed our connection. How is this possible?
I am a Prince of Hell.
Oh my god. No, 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 no. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Revenge.
Oh my fucking god.
Thank you.
And he's gonna kill her.
My son needs me.
Oh my god. I was really mad for like the first 3/4 of the episode until things actually started happening, and then it was good. Let's just pretend that every Maya and Jordan scene didn't happen, and that from the Clary getting the demon eyes onwards was like the whole episode, because that's the only part of the episode that matters. I was so worried that this was going to be a filler episode, and like I feel like the first half was very much filler, but the second half things happened, and that was so good. I don't take back what I said. I still very strongly believe that the people who write the show are cowards, but like what Alec just did, I am shaken. I didn't think that they could do it. I didn't think that they were going to do that. I didn't think that they were going to do that to us, to them. Magnus has truly lost everything, and now Asmodeus is back, because apparently the talking through a warlock doesn't stop the Lilith situation either, which is great news. Clary went to go save Jonathan and is probably going to break him out, which is great. But Sissy almost kissed, and then they didn't. And I'm still so mad, but honestly, all that other shit makes up for it. It's all good. It's fine. Sissy will kiss in another episode. It's all good. If I didn't know that Malec was going to get, like, a wedding by the end of this season, I would be, like, freaking out. Because, like, I know that they're fine. I know that they're going to get married and everything's going to be all good. But, like, there's one episode and then the finale. That's all we have left. Like, imagine season 3 ending on them being broken up. I'm now questioning whether or not they're actually gonna get married, because like the showrunners have said that they will, and everyone is like pretty sure that they will, but like what if they just don't? What if they stay broken up by the end of the season? I would scream. Like, I know that I like talked throughout this whole video literally saying that Alex should do it because that's what Magnus would have done for him, but also like seeing it happen was so fucking painful. Like, that was heartbreaking. Alec did that. What a strong man. That was awful. Awful to watch. It was so painful. Like, the things that he said cut so deep. And now does it even matter? In the end, does it even matter? Because Asmodeus is fucking out, which is great. We love having to deal with Lilith, Cain, Jonathan, and Asmodeus. This is the final boss battle, because he said that his son needs him. So I'm almost 100% sure Asmodeus just did this so that Magnus would lose everything and be in his most vulnerable and most ripe for manipulation. That's very clearly what's going on. But like, will he still give him his magic back is the question. Because if he gets his magic back, then I feel like it's gonna be fine. Because if he can get his magic back, then we'll just get rid of Asmodeus. Alec will explain the whole situation, because again, what is Asmodeus gonna do when he's trapped in Edom? Blah, 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 blah. But apparently he can just like walk through. I don't know, how do we close that connection in the portal? In the mirror. If we could do that, that'd be really cool. But yeah, let's just talk about the last section of the episode, because I don't really care about what happened in the first half. Clary has demon eyes, and she's going to break out her brother, I guess, but also like, we don't know what Jonathan's plan is, because we still don't really know what the sword does, or what he's wanting to do with it. He keeps saying it's a Morgenstern family relic, but also it's used to like raise demons or something, because it opens the portal to Edom. But like, what is he gonna do with all the demons once they're out? Like, what's his plan? We are literally like, we started on episode 11, we're like episode 18. We're basically like 9 episodes in, and we still don't know the villain's like big plan, which is confusing and not good storytelling. But Clary is now fully consumed by the mark, which I'm glad that happened, because if it didn't, then it would have been boring. And it's very much just sort of like an Owl storyline rehash, where it's like demonic person takes over one of the core characters, they do the bidding, and then some big grand thing's gonna happen. It's basically just 3A done again, but now with more characters, which is great, because we need more characters. Because now we have Asmodeus, and we have Cain. We haven't seen Lilith at all. I love that. I love how she has escaped and we just don't seem to care because no one's brought it up. Literally, they released the Queen of Hell again and just no one said anything about it. Like, not even to each other to be like, what are we gonna do? And someone's just like, I don't know. And then they move on. Like, literally no mention. It's like they completely forgot that they did that. Lilith is out. Why does no one care? Why doesn't the Clave care? How did the Clave not hear of this? Did they not get some sort of like beep beep on their machine about the whole like ley lines and the Malec configuration? And did they not get a sense that like all this demonic energy was let into like the upper level? Like there's a down world. I don't know what the opposite world's called, just the surface level, the up world. The Clave. They're supposed to be big and powerful, but they are like never shown in the show, and they seem to like do nothing except for sort of like get in the way of the Shadowhunters, which is like with good cause because they're not doing everything right, which is like good because if they did, then they would be perfect and that would be boring. But also like the Clave never does anything that's seemingly helpful, but that's fun. Luke is back, and he was back for that like one scene, and then we didn't see him again, but it's cool. We were supposed to get more of him in season 4 with the Praetor Lupus, and we're not going to because we don't get a season 4. And Jace is just sort of lying in a sewer. I don't get the logistics of the Parabatai rune because again, this world building is so stupid and it's not built at all. We don't understand the rules or the laws of this mystical world at all because they've never explained them. But apparently the Parabatai rune, like, you're supposed to like feel what your Parabatai's feeling. So you would think in the moments where like Jace gets knocked unconscious, Alec would get like some sort of like Parabatai notification, but he just doesn't, and I feel like that's weird. I'm not very well versed on like the book lore of the Parabatai rune, but like you would think it would work similar to the Clary Jonathan thing, where if you suffer a major head trauma, your Parabatai would be like, maybe something's wrong. But Alec just wasn't bothered. I can give him a pass for this one because he was really like nervous and anxious about having to do this to Magnus, which I get because that was a lot. But like the time at the ice skating rink, why didn't Alec get anything? I think the showrunners just forget that they're Parabatai and what like that means for their characters. It's never actually been utilized except for like that one time where Alec was dying, and that was it. And why haven't we gotten a more developed Alec Jace fight scene where they can use their Parabatai rune? Like, it would have been really cool. And like I was saying earlier with Becky, who I keep calling Becca, but I want to call her Becca, so I'm gonna call her Becca. Becca, short for Rebecca, whatever. Becca, Simon's sister. What they were doing in this episode with all that world building, I said it before, but it's so stupid. Why are they doing world building in season 3? If people watching the show this far in don't get all of those downworld elements, then they haven't been watching the show. It's clearly been explained by example in these past like 50 episodes. This would have been a really interesting thing to do season 1, but they never did. And it doesn't make any sense why they don't do that, or why Simon and Clary aren't asking more questions of being like, I don't know enough about the Shadow World, but they just sort of wanted to make them experts really quickly so that they could be like useful in combat and in like conflict situations against like downworldy things. But it doesn't make any sense how they know so much and why we haven't like gone on this journey of understanding the world with them so that the audience can get a better understanding of how this world works. I think they're just sort of relying on the fact that their entire audience are already fans of the books and already have like this background knowledge, but that's not how you sell a show. If you want a bigger audience, which I would hope you do if you wanted to get renewed for a 4th season, that you would try to appeal to an audience outside of the one already established from the fandom of the show, and you would try to do some world building to help explain things for outside audiences so that they could also be interested in the show. But they haven't done that, and that's why they don't have enough people watching, and that's why they didn't get a season 4. Like, this show doesn't make enough sense for someone who doesn't already know the established storyline. It's kind of like reading fan fiction. It's like when you're going into fan fiction, you assume that all of your readers already have the background knowledge of the world already set, so you don't have to explain anything. But that's not how you write a story if it's an original piece that you're publishing for like a wider market. And that's where I think that the show has really gone wrong. They're writing it with just the assumption that everyone watching already knows what's going on. When, you know, if you want more people to watch the show, you should assume the opposite, and you should try to explain more things. Because even someone like me, who has read the main series, is still so confused. There are so many things that don't make sense. I've gone past the point of, like, anger. I think it's sort of like the 5 stages of grief, which I don't really know the order, but it's like denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. And I started with denial, being like, this show's great, there's no flaws in the show, to being like, angry, this show is so stupid and I hate it so much, to bargaining, to being like, if they can just give Magnus some character development, then we'll be fine, to depression, to being like, this show's just, it's awful and I'm done with it, and to just sort of accepting it. I'm at peace with the fact that the show kind of really sucks, but I love it. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to point it out and very much recommend ways that it could get better, because I have ideas, and that's the whole reason I'm making these videos, is to share my ideas. But the show has a lot of flaws, but it's okay because I love it. Doesn't mean that if there was a 4th season I wouldn't want it to get better, but there isn't a 4th season, so there's nothing that we can really do. I forgot that the Seelie Queen's also kind of a villain because she's the one with the sword. Like, she clearly wants to keep it for herself, but I don't see why. Maybe because she thinks it's safer with her than with, like, the Shadowhunters, which is, like, valid, but she's also not saying that. She's not saying, like, I won't let those filthy Shadowhunters get a hold of the sword. Think of all the terrible things they can do with it. Like, it's not clear why she wants the sword. It's not clear why Jonathan wants the sword. If this show just could have a little bit more exposition. I feel like they just sort of jump into things too quickly without explaining what's going on, and it's not a good way to tell a story. It's very confusing, and it's hard to follow, and nothing really makes sense if you give it more than like 2 seconds of thought. But this episode had good CGI. I will very much give it that. It had great drama in the last like 10 minutes and it had good CGI. I'm glad that we got some back. We got so many. We got a bunch of demons, we got some werewolves. And I'm just sort of like, there could be many other reasons why they wouldn't have like CGI downworlders in other episodes. I'm assuming now it's because they just don't know how to like choreograph a fight scene with something that has CGI. Because even in this episode, when they had the CGI demons and Alec and Jace fighting them, it wasn't really a fight scene. It was just that I'm going to hit you with this thing and then you're gonna die. So I feel like that's their main issue, but also just, I feel like a show like this needs a really big editing budget for CGI if you want to build a nice fantasy world, unless you want a good like special effects makeup department. But I don't feel like they have either of those. And I feel like that's one of the reasons that the show is really failing. They like aren't able to develop the fantasy elements of this world if they can't visually show any fantasy elements via CGI editing or makeup. And they're doing really neither of those. But this video has gone on long enough. It is probably like 4 a.m. This video is going to be late, but I'm going to stay up all night editing it because I want to get it out for y'all. So I hope y'all like this. Once again, no hate to Shadowhunters, no hate to anybody who makes or is in this show. I know that I called the showrunners and the writers a bunch of cowards, but they are. It's no hate. They're great. I love them. They made genuinely a show that I love. But you know, if they could just all grow just one collective spine and use it a bit more often, then I feel like the show would just be a bit better. But we only have like 2 episodes left. I'm very worried. I hope that we can keep this level of drama up for the last 3 hours, because we only have 3 hours of the show left. So I hope that we can keep this drama up. I want nice high stakes drama. I want a nice sissy kiss. I want Malec to get back together. I don't necessarily want them to get married, but I want them back together. I want Jonathan to die. And I want Lilith to be put back into Edom. That's a tall order for 3 hours worth of show, but I believe in them, and I love the show. And if the showrunners could just sort of get their acts together and be a bit less cowardly, then I feel we can do it.